Hello. Wherever you are. We are live.
Yay!
Yay.
And I think all the volumes are right as well. So, this is Dungeon World one shot, and we are on our way to a. I'm hear myself somewhere. That was me. Sorry. Was a preview that had sound. Damn it. Well, this is a Dungeon World one shot where we have goblins and kobold scouts.
Yes.
And it is time for the Greater Ivaria region Scout Convention. I forgot to mention that to people who are new, but in Roll20, on below the characters, and there are handouts, and there is something called social moves. Those are custom ones, and they will be referenced because the core rules doesn't really care about social stuff that much, but we do.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, just gotta make sure to zoom in, otherwise.
Yeah, it's a little small.
Oh my god, it's small.
Zoom in and open it in a new tab is what I.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I should probably also remember to do that.
It's easier than.
There we go.
Yep.
But yeah, we could probably introduce ourselves as well. I'm Niklas,
Could do that.
and I am a game master for this one. You can find me at All Things Nyvinter. And we can start with Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna. You can find me on Twitter at Anna Landin, and it will link you to everything else I do. And tonight I will be playing Snivelpot the Bard.
Jessica.
Sure. I'm Jessica, or Jess, or Joe, as you prefer. I'm Little Cup of Joe on Twitter. I do art and a bunch of other things. Just follow me on Twitter and you'll figure it out. And this is Gracie. I promise she'll be quiet. And I will be playing Wax Everything, the Goblin Fighter, who has a giant, nasty, scary hammer.
Yeah, and we can take S. I don't remember. I got your real name, so. Yurkon.
Oh, yes, I'm Yurkun66 on Twitter. I will be playing Zappy Zap, the wizard.
And then we come to the kobolds. Jason?
I'm Jason. I'm at Jace Levine on Twitter. And I'm going to be playing Gixa, the kobold barbarian, who has a very large to him sword.
We're gonna be friends.
Yes.
And Adam.
I'm Adam. You can find me at Adam J. Pearson on Twitter. I usually lurk around the D&D side of things and the critter side of things. I am going to be playing the stereotypical kobold thief named Needle, who likes to stick people with poison.
Yeah, and the goblins have left their safe space, and because they have gotten an invitation for the Scout Convention, and it's a little bit further out than they used to, but I don't really know how they got the invitation, but they did get the invitation. There's probably a mailing list somewhere.
It's
probably nailed to a tree somewhere in the woods.
Junk mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, it's on junk.
Yep.
So that's Snivelpot and Wax and Sappy are going there. It's been a few days travel. And they come into this opening and there's a huge ziggurat. And yeah. And you walk up and you can see other people outside. They sell some foods stuff, you know, roasted apples on a stick. And the goblins walk up the steps. There are lots of them. It's hard work for a small person. And then it goes down, and a small stairs down, and there are some statues on the side, and then it opens up into this big hall. It has 6 exits further in. You can see to your right and to your left there are some smaller rooms on the first ones, and you can see some halflings running around and screaming hello, and they hug each other like they haven't seen each other forever. And and then a man comes up to you. I'm sorry, and you are?
We are the Goblin delegation.
Greetings.
Okay. And he takes up his notebook, and I wasn't aware.
I'm gonna dig through my pockets, which are probably full of crap, and pull out our invitation because I think I brought it with us.
Yeah, and he. Oh, okay.
Here you go.
I wasn't aware that you were actual goblins, but okay, we.
You
What?
don't look like goblins.
Are you questioning our authority and authenticity?
No, I'm sorry. My mistake. You're welcome. We welcome all scouts here.
Thank you.
If you want, we have a cloakroom. Second, the first door there, and it points, and you can see it probably been some sort of office before. And if you want to keep the stuff, that's fine too. Then you just walk down that hallway, and he points ahead to the right exit on the big side. What do you do?
So the rest of the hall is just full of people?
Yeah, and I can actually show you the map because I actually imported that one.
The map.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
He points to this one.
So there's a cloakroom, and we can just go straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capes for everybody.
Hey, Snivel. Yeah, cloaks.
What? They have pockets.
Let's go get some cloaks. In the cloakroom.
Sappy.
What a cloakroom is for.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Why else would it be called a cloakroom?
Yeah. You walk there and you
Sappy, let's go get some
So-
cloaks.
One quick question. I do have a warg following me, so do they say anything?
yeah. I think they look a little bit confused first, but when as you're probably riding it,
Yes.
yeah, they just pretend this is normal because it's much easier to pretend it's something is
It's
normal, than
normal
dealing
for
with.
us.
What's your warg's name?
My warg, his name is Fuzzy Wuzzy.
I see, work.
But yeah, you see the cloakroom, and you can see an elf look at you a little bit with disdain in his eyes, and he just pulls off his cloak and hangs it up, and exits and shakes his head as he.
I take his cloak after he leaves.
Oh,
Yeah.
Has he even left yet?
Well, maybe as he's leaving, you know.
Just, like staring at him, like
Yeah.
say something.
And I think we're gonna use Defy Danger with this because.
Okay.
And it's going to be acting fast, so Dex.
Okay. So I roll, what was it?
2d6.
2d6 again? Okay.
Yeah,
And then add
2d6
dex.
plus dexterity.
Do. 8.
8. Yeah. You pull the cloak off, and you can see the cloak rack just tipping closer and closer and closer, and it just goes as it hits the ground. Cloaks just fly everywhere.
Now there are more cloaks close to you.
Hey, Snivel, you want a cloak? Just like a bunch.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's any cloak more glorious than the stained kitchen towel I'm wearing.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm also going to assume that the cloak I stole from the elf is fabulous and wonderful and
Yeah.
probably like 4 times my height
Yeah.
as far as its
Yeah.
length.
Yeah, and if this has been D&D, it would have been a cloak of billowing.
Yes.
So it billows and drags on the ground behind you.
Yeah.
Dramatically behind
Yeah,
me for like
Dramatically billowing.
6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab whatever here is the sparkliest and has the most color.
You find a cloak that has one of those with fur around the neck and
Fancy.
purple and some gold edges stitched
So
into
good.
it.
Oh, I also still have that amazing feathered hat
Yeah.
that I stole off of Jason's.
Yeah.
Not this Jason.
No, it is this Jason because
Oh,
it's,
well.
it's the player.
Oh yeah,
You were an NPC in the last game.
that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
So, really, really fantastic feathered helmet, I guess.
Yeah, and on the rim of this hat, someone has etched in "belongs to Jason."
I'm just imagining all of my badges are
Yeah.
like I put a band of my badges around this cool new hat I have.
Yeah.
I look really, really dope, you guys.
Sappy, do you
I
also?
will. I don't get a cloak for myself, but I try to get a cloak and tie it to Fuzzy Wuzzy's back.
Yeah. You find a cloak that's probably belonged to an orc or something. It's not as fancy, but it's big, and someone has already chewed a little on it. So
Perfect.
We look fantastic. All dressed up. We should find somewhere to go.
And
Yeah.
something to eat, right?
Yes. I wonder if they have pie here.
Pie.
excuse me, we need to clean up in here. Can you? And the human that talked to you earlier has run up and tried to hang up all the cloaks that are now on the floor.
Oh, yes, yes. Carry on, good sir.
Yeah, it's through that door. Through that door, and then to the south. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
And I will sketch a very terrible, overdone bow,
Yeah.
hammer across my shoulders,
Yeah.
Cloak
and
billowing
swan
at
out.
him. 60.
Yeah, just this sweeping salute turns into a bow, and then just march out with my cloak dragging behind me.
Yeah. You walk down the path, and then you comes to a room with a big fence in it. And then there's a door to the south that are open, and then there is a scout convention this way and with an arrow.
I see an arrow. Is that
Hmm.
where they keep their weapons?
Why else would they put an arrow on the sign?
Should we investigate?
I'm always down to get more weapons. Let's go.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
To
And
the direction the arrow points.
yeah, you walk down, and almost immediately beyond the door, there are 4 golems standing guard. And then the corridor continues. And on the other hand, when you exit the corridor, it opens up into a wider cavern. You can see there are some chairs on a platform just where you are. It's down here.
Oh, down in the south there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you see there is this huge city buried underneath in the ground, like it has crashed. But it has been excavated quite a lot. And you can see, we will change the map.
Oh,
Ooh.
fancy.
Yeah. You can see scouts running around. Down below here, there's a sort of a underground forest. And some of the scouts have set up tents there. But you see other people have been setting up their equipment and bedrolls in the houses.
So many places to go.
Yeah, and another one of the people responsible for this seems to approach you and excuse me, you are the goblins, right?
That is correct.
We have reserved an area for you. And he points to one of the 2-story buildings.
The whole thing?
Well, you have to share it with some other small folk.
All right, it'll do.
And as you walk there and go in, you notice that this is probably the least excavated building in the entire fucking place.
It left us piles of stuff to dig through.
And
What
you
a welcome.
And you see 2 kobolds sitting there. You can all also describe yourself. We can stop with the kobolds and then go with the goblins.
All right, so you see one kobold out of the 2. He is his scales. He has red, like dark reddish scales, and actually, you notice as he moves, he somewhat twinkles. There are small, totally unvaluable little crystals and gems embedded in his scales. They're mostly just like quartz and things you would pick up on the ground. And he also has feathers, black feathers, that are sticking out of bands that are around his arms. And also he has a cloak that appears to be half made out of feathers. And he has a large sword. And he is currently lounging on a pile of unexcavated rubble.
As one does.
All right. The other goblin you see, it's got like patchwork clothes that look like they're made of different colors, of like scraps of paper and cloth that he's found. He's got like a mossy green colored scaling rather than the deep red of our other kobold friend. He has a bag in his hand and he's reaching into it and he's like, ow, 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 really crunchy sounds. He's just like, yeah, that's about all you notice.
All right. Well, the goblin delegation that struts in consists of this one wielding a hammer that is the head of this hammer is roughly the same size as this goblin, give or take a few inches. And it's been wrapped in junk. It's very dangerous looking in the worst hazardous kind of way. They have on a human-sized guard's helm that sort of like perpetually drapes over their face a little bit, with a little band of badges and a fancy feather and a billowing cloak that is clearly from a creature far taller than them and looks elven because it's very fancy and silky and has, scroll work and other junk on it. And that is Wax.
Yeah. Snivelpot is a sort of vaguely mossy brownish color with like short fur and a big old nose, like takes up most of her face, and a hood with holes cut for her very big ears with some golden rings in it, and big fangs sticking out of her mouth. And she was wearing a dish towel when the game started, but she's now wearing an extremely fancy purple cloak with gold edging over patched trousers rolled up to the knees, and a very, very short cut shirt that shows off a very furry, pudgy belly, with a bandolier of badges, and on her, strapped to her back, is a massive war horn. Is so big it makes her waddle a little bit, and then claws on both feet and hands.
The last goblin you see, you can't really make out his face because of this large, wide-brimmed wizard's hat that kind of flops over, all over him. He also is wearing baggy robes that are probably sleeves 2 or 3 sizes too long. But the biggest thing you notice is he's riding on top of a warg that's just licking its paws right now.
Did they send servants? Are you servants?
Excuse me. We're goblins.
Oh, you have fancy clothes. You must be servants.
No. We have fancy clothes because this is what we chose to wear.
Can't servants pick what they wear?
I am Snivelpot the Bard. Surely you have heard of me.
Surely you have heard of her.
No.
How dare you?
Snivel, I thought you said you were famous.
I am legendary.
Well, that's different from famous.
Maybe you don't know what that word means.
She's the smartest goblin I've ever known in my whole life.
I stole pie from the humans.
Why would you want to eat pie?
Why wouldn't you want to eat pie? Pie is delicious. Have you ever even had pie?
I like these.
What is that?
Well, there's red ones, blue ones, and sometimes green ones.
Gonna march over and stick my hand in the bag and take some.
They're bugs.
Awesome.
Yes. That's what I was hoping you were going to say.
Kind of wiggly, but not bad.
Sometimes you get the red and green ones, but those are hard to find.
I'm Wax. Wax everything.
I'm Needle.
I am Gixa the Great.
Great at what?
Everything.
Wax everything does it great at...
Not related.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess not.
Already fast friends.
Yeah.
And killing Anna. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you're not servants, I guess you are here for the convention?
We're scouts. Obviously.
So are we.
We have an invitation.
Do you have an invitation?
Of course, we have an invitation. We're here.
Definitely have an invitation.
I look at Snivel like, do we believe them? Because she's the smart one. And I trust her.
Don't have an invitation on us, I'm sure.
Do we believe us? Ooh.
But we're here, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna squint at these two weirdos. Do they have an invitation?
Probably, yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah, you hear loud hammering from outside.
Are those the servants?
Who's hammering stuff without me?
Gonna stick my head back out the door. What's
Yeah.
happening out there?
You see one of those elves, probably the same one that looked really stuffy before,
Oh, good.
is hammering a sign in front of your house. And then he... yeah, that looks good. And then he leaves.
I'm going to march around to look at the sign,
Yeah.
which must, of course, show the full legend of Gixa, the Grim, right?
No. It's a sign that says contaminated.
What is this?
I'm gonna squint at the sign.
Yeah.
It says contaminated.
What
Don't
does that
you
mean?
read human?
Is that good?
Are they gonna eat here?
What does that mean?
It means this house contains stuff.
Well, that's
Oh.
true.
Their advertising is very honest here.
Seems like a waste of a sign.
Who knows how human people think?
Yeah.
Backwards.
So what do we do at this convention? What does the invitation say, Snivel?
I don't know. I'm gonna unfold
Yeah.
crumpled up.
Because clearly we looked at this before we came.
It says that there will be competition and honoring of other prominent scouts.
We're gonna compete about stuff, and then there's gonna be promising scouts. We're gonna make promises about something, I guess.
I just plan to crush all of my enemies.
That's
are
what
all
I'm
the
gonna
enemies
do
here?
too.
Then we're at the right place.
Yeah, and you look out and you can see that there are a little bit away because you are in the red spot. I can show the other people.
The contaminated building.
Yeah.
Fenced in bit.
You can see a round building towering a little bit. You can see there are two things that are you can spot over everything. Is the round building, and then there is some sort of a big castle. And you can see
And looking at it.
lots of people that seems to be heading towards the round one.
Are they giving away stuff?
I thought we were getting food.
Maybe that's
Maybe
where
they're-
the food is.
Maybe they're giving away food.
That would
And
explain
stuff.
why everyone's going there.
Shall we go?
Yeah, I bet Fuzzy Wuzzy's getting hungry.
If he got hungry, he would eat you.
Eat the other ones first.
I'm pointing at the goblin and the kobolds.
We could try.
Can't really tell him who to eat first.
All right.
Best mount ever. Does whatever he wants.
He'll just sit on his back and he does whatever. It's fine.
I mean, he's gonna eat Sappy last because Sappy's on his back.
This is true. I guess we'll head to the circular building, the
Yeah.
tower, or whatever that is.
Yeah, and it's a fancy place. There are big runes on the wall from the outside. And then when you enter, it is empty. Almost. There are lots of people in there as well. And someone has built a small stage in the center. And you can see an elf. There are really old one because it's an elf with beard.
Oh.
I don't see food. Just people.
People
like
can be
sometimes-
food if you try hard enough.
Do I see any
Somebody
bugs?
said that once.
Yeah, and as this elf steps up, he also has a scout hat and lots and lots of badges. Small badges so that he can fit more of them on his chest.
Wax looks super unimpressed.
Yeah, and as you can hear people are starting to give applause as he walks up. And no, it's fine. We can wait with that until after the opening ceremony, okay?
Who is this guy?
I don't know. I want to steal his badges.
We'll do that later.
I, as most of you already know, am the Grandmaster Baptiste. And it warms my heart to see so many fellow scouts here today. And I hope the best of you will win the competitions. There will be sign-ups outside for the different what was it called? Stuffs. Right, stuffs. And there are food stalls outside as well. You can get berries. You can get some what was them things called?
Bugs?
Did someone say bugs? No, there will not be bugs. There will be tacos.
I've never had one of those.
What's a taco?
Is that a bug?
Let's find
And
out.
right outside there is a small house that has been bought by Emil's. So there will be pie.
Snivel, did you hear that?
Happy dance.
Said no bugs though. I don't like this.
You've
Bug
got to
pie.
try pie.
This is also the first year that we have some rather unorthodox scouts. So I hope everyone will give them the respect they deserve. As scouts! And he just...
Me and Wax are still dancing in a
Yeah.
circle.
And I'm just looking around and trying to figure out who he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Pie, 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 pie.
Pie, the most glorious of foods.
Yeah. They might be goblins, and they might be kobolds, and they might be lizardmen, but under this roof, we are all scouts, and we should respect one another as scouts. Isn't that true? I need to find a name. Damn it.
I just imagine he can't remember the name.
Yeah.
She's like, what was the name? Just pick one from chat.
No. I have a specific name list.
Oh no.
This guy is very old.
Yeah. Isn't
Probably
that
at least
true,
20.
Yummy? Yes, Uncle. I will respect everyone, except the small beasts. Everyone!
Did
Did he just call him jam?
I don't know.
Is he made of jam?
That sounds pretty weird.
Doesn't look sticky.
We'll have some events where you will, try to be the best to pick stuff up before other people. Unfortunately, the champion of that one can't be here this year. He's in prison again.
The champion picker-upper of stuff is in prison.
Where are you
Why
gonna
would
pick
they-
up stuff?
Why would they do that?
What's a prison?
It's like a box with a door on it, and then they lock the door when you're
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Why don't you
It's
just go up the
really
top of the
boring.
box?
Because it has a lid.
Yeah.
Why don't you just eat through it?
Hmm.
It's a box made of stone.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's
Whatever.
a
I
human
want
thing.
pie. Is he done talking?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
and everyone starts to leave, and you can see some of the elves and humans are looking at you, and they do not like you that much. And then they look at a dwarf, and they don't look that dwarf either. So I mean, this is probably some kind of
They've got something against short people, do they?
yeah.
Stare back at one of the elves and hiss.
Oh god.
I'm going to flick my new cape dramatically and then head out the door looking for pie.
Yeah, and the world is going to shit. I can swear I had a coat just like that myself.
I'm gonna speed
Bet
up.
they did. Had being the operative word.
Yeah, they don't have it anymore. It's mine. On account of I picked it up.
I need to find out what a taco is.
Yes, I'm very curious about this taco thing.
Wonder if they have any
Is it a
crabs.
food?
Let's quest for food.
We must find the pie.
How about grubs?
You could probably put them on the pie. Best of both.
Maybe there is grub pie.
Then I don't know what a pie is, so I don't know.
You will love it, I promise.
Off to search for food, apparently.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
march gloriously through
You march
town.
out. You see one of the buildings outside. Just right outside, across the street, there is a sign that says Emil's on it, and it has the slogan "A meal a day makes hunger go elsewhere." And you can also see there are some food stalls next to it, and one of them is served by a kobold, actually.
I'm gonna beeline straight for that one.
Yeah. Hello. Can I be of service?
What do you have?
Well, I have fillings for the other human food. I mean, they don't sell stuff with live animals otherwise, so I thought I'd set this up so I can make some quick buck.
So, what are you selling?
I have one of those in this one. I have body worms, and he just grabs his hand down and pulls it up, and it's,
Oh, actual
worms.
food.
Yeah. And in this one, I have maggots,
Ooh.
and in this one, I have what are them calling it? Ducks.
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 What is a duck?
Yeah,
You know what you do when things try to punch you?
Usually.
Yeah, and he opens it up, and you can see a small sparrow just trying to escape, and he just.
Ah, I want one of those.
Okay, that's 2 coin. If you want one each. Do you want one each?
I just want the bugs.
Okay, that's also 1 coin, so 2 coins together. And he,
Oh, do you have any red and green ones?
yeah, and he
Yes.
it takes one of those cones from ice cream cones and fills
Snow
it
cone.
with and fills it
my
with worms and bugs. And here you go. And you wanted a duck. Let me see. And he
Yes.
pulls up a net and he puts it over, and then you just and then now you have a sparrow in a net to eat.
Thank you.
Wow. They really did have food. Ow. Ow.
I pop the sparrow in my mouth.
Yeah, you'll probably have feathers in your teeth for a while.
I will pick the feathers out of my teeth and add them to my bracers that have the onions.
Oh. Food and fashion. Excellent.
Crunchy.
Nice doing business with you.
Where did the goblins go?
I think
Pies,
we're
I
looking
think.
for we're looking for pie.
Yeah,
Yeah, unless Sappy wants to go somewhere else.
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking for pie too.
Yeah, beelining it for Emil's.
yeah. And you see, you walk in and you can see there are lots of pies, and it's on display, and they have made a small oven so they can make even more. And behind the counter there is this big orc looking at you. He has one tusk, the other one has been broken off. And you can see that he still has the tusk though, but he has, it's mounted to one of his glasses.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many.
Greetings, goblins!
Hi.
Hello, big orc man.
Hello, you can...
Are you Emil?
No, I'm Florence.
Hello, Florence. I would like some pie.
What kind of pie,
Likewise.
little one? Do you...
Big pie.
We have... do you want prepared meat or do you want raw meat? Because I think I remember you liking the raw ones.
Whichever one comes in the biggest pie.
Right!
You have samples.
Well, not really, but I can. And he takes some dough and some meat and just puts it on fire. And then he just puts a small cup, improvises a cup in his hand and
Cool.
puts that one, and then he slaps on some raw meat, and then here you go.
Oh. Okay. Try this one, Snivel.
I'm gonna hold out what remains to Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Yeah, we're just passing them
Yeah.
around after taking a bite.
Fuzzy Wuzzy just licks it all up.
Yeah. First of all, he makes a little bit of a face with the prepared one, but
I think we know which one Fuzzy likes.
Yes.
I like the taste of fire, though.
yeah, all of them have the pie crust, which I think it is what you're referring to, but
So I would like one big pie, please.
okay. And he looks at Fuzzy Wuzzy and decides to, take the raw meat pie for you. And he gives you one each.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna turn and walk out.
Yep.
As you
Got what
walk
we
out,
wanted.
You run into the kobolds.
Yeah.
Gixo is currently picking his teeth with a feather.
What did you get to eat?
A duck!
Oh, I like ducks. Ducks are fun.
Where did you find one of those? There's no water.
There's a kobold over there. He's selling actual food.
I got
Oh.
green and red ones.
Oh, they good.
Oh, you want to try some pie?
Yeah.
Rip off a chunk and offer it to him.
I like the red and green ones better, but it's okay.
I wonder what it would be like to combine them.
Yeah, and then you hear people talking about winning the grand prize.
Ooh.
That has my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen.
And make discern realities.
That is that plus wisdom?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We're all good at that, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm a -1.
I got an 8.
Yeah.
How the heck am I wiser than you?
Yeah. You rolled
I'm
an
gonna
8.
pick the low score.
So pick one of the questions to ask.
I want to know what should I be on the lookout for?
In this one, you hear them talking about this is some sort of a team effort to and sort of an obstacle course, and it requires 5 contestants in each group.
And I'm currently counting on my claws.
Yeah, you get to probably 3, and then you run out of claws.
Second hand.
Yeah, and it seems that the winner will get a fancy hat, lots of badges, and also an invitation next year to be some sort of a guest of honor.
We need to win. It takes 5 people, and I think he just holds up his hands, his claws. I think we have 5.
Fuzzy Wuzzy count as 1 or 2?
If Zappy's on his back, I think they just count as 1.
Fuzzy Wuzzy's pretty big though.
Well, a lot of the people here are bigger than us.
Yeah, but they're dumb.
Well, true.
Yappy, are you good at counting?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
There's definitely 5 of us.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect. Now we just need to win
Win what?
this
Win who?
competition. Obstacle
What do we
course.
get if we win?
Glory and fame, guest of honor, badges.
get more-
Badges?
We get
I
more
like
bucks.
badges. Glory
Badges.
is really cool.
The badges will tell everybody that we are the mightiest warriors in the land.
I don't have my mighty warrior badge yet.
Hmm.
What are all these badges you guys keep talking about?
Yeah, right here. I've got.
These. You get them when you do scout things.
You don't have any?
Oh. No, I just got an invitation.
Oh, we need to get you some badges.
Yeah, you need badges.
Yeah, Gixa doesn't have any either, but he believes that the badges are proof of
Yeah.
great heroes.
Proof of greatness.
So
Can
he
we
must
trade-
have some.
Can we
Yeah,
trade badges for bugs?
Yeah, the kobolds are fairly new ones, so they haven't really gotten into the whole badge things yet. They have I think they just started to form the group 2 months ago, and then it's sent in to get verified, and then just hi. Then you want to come to the convention then. So this is basically the first.
Yeah, they're just newly official. It's fine.
We need to get all of you some badges. It's gonna be
Yes.
fun, Zappy.
Yes.
How do we get them? Do we kill the people who have them?
We need to win the thing, and then they give you
Yeah.
a badge.
You do things and you get badges. Like this one, we did not panic at the sight of humans. So
Right, panic at the
it's-
sight of humans.
Why can't we just steal them?
Well, then you would get the badge for stealing,
yes.
but you wouldn't have earned your badge. See,
Yes.
I have this one, which is for wrecking begonias. I've got this one for clever disguises. I've got this one for pie stealing.
Yes.
I got lots and lots of badges. It's
Stealing
for stuff I've done.
is an option.
Yes.
Yes, but you only get one badge for it. You don't get the ones that you stole because they're not yours.
They're just loot.
How do
Yes.
they know they're not yours?
Anything that I take is then mine.
Hmm.
I can't remember how this works. I think our scout leader is somewhere around here watching us.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Oh well.
Well,
Sounds like magic.
Probably.
Probably.
I know magic.
Yoo-hoo. That's gonna be good for this competition.
Yeah. Think of all the things we could smash with magic.
Where's this competition? Where do we sign up?
Hmm.
Yeah, you walk around a little bit and you find where they signed up. It's not that hard to find, but it took a while because you went in the wrong direction.
Can we reach the like? Are we tall enough to sign ourselves in? Or
Yeah,
do we need
yeah.
a booster
Yeah,
still?
no. You walk up and there is a halfling there,
Okay.
and the halfling looks at you. Okay. You want to sign up? Here is the entry.
We do.
And you see, you have to write the name of the group and then the 5 people in the group.
Snivel, what's this say?
Squint. I think it says, name here.
Whose name?
I think we are supposed to write our name here.
Yeah, and it's
like
write our name
group?
here.
group name.
Oh, does this group have a name?
What do we call ourselves, guys?
We usually
The
just.
best.
Ah. That works.
The best.
Yes. Grab whatever writing utensil is available.
TEH.
E.
The best.
The best.
Best. With an instead of an E.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
just named ourselves the cat.
No. Yeah.
Well,
The cat with an umlaut.
Yes.
The hat. The cat with a hat.
Yeah.
we have a hat. And then is this good?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fine. It will start in the morning.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Already now.
So we have to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fairly late anyway because people have been pouring in and you traveled.
Well, I need a nap before we fight, steal, set fire to things. I'm not sure what this competition is.
Hopefully, all of the above.
I like all of those things. Maybe in a different order, though. Anyway, we should go sleep.
Yeah.
In our house.
Yeah, the what was that word?
Sign house.
Yes.
Yeah, our house.
The canteen.
Maybe there are other houses we can go to.
There are other houses on the way back to our house.
Maybe we can find something better.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go find a place to sleep.
Sounds good.
So, which house do you go to?
One that looks like it will have comfortable beds and lots of stuff to take.
Lots and lots of stuff.
The thing is, this place looks like it's a ruin that's perhaps 1,000, 2,000 years old or something. It's very long, so it probably do not have that many stuff in it, sadly.
Okay.
Even
But-
broken stuff?
But you find a house that has some bedrolls and a big sword leaning against the wall, and there's also some one of these field kitchens.
Someone left their sword here.
And their blankets.
That's very careless of them.
This looks good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is ours now, right?
That's
Yes.
how it works.
Yeah.
They left their cave. It's now ours.
So I will go out to the front and try to write contaminated on something.
Okay. Okay.
Going to get that doesn't come out anything like an actual word contaminated.
Yeah. You
You might
write
be
something that
smart.
reminds about the letters anyway. And I think you can actually read and write since you're a wizard. So
Yeah. You know he can count.
yeah.
He's the smartest one of us.
It's all magical gibberish to me.
And then we cut to the morning when you wake up. And I need to roll a die. I need to re-roll the die. Yeah, and next to Vax, you wake up and you see this snoring dwarf that is drooling and laying there.
I whack it with my hand. Just like backhanded.
Yeah,
Reflexively.
and it, no, and he,
Oh. Hi.
hello,
Hi. Why are you in our house?
I thought this was my house.
But where we're here.
Yeah.
Didn't you see the sign?
We wrote our
No.
name outside.
Oh, okay. This is my. Okay, then I will need to go look for mine. I think, but I thought this was mine.
No, this is ours. We are contaminated.
Okay, make.
He proudly proclaims.
Hey, it's a long word. It was on the sign.
It sounds fancy.
I think this is a mislead.
An unintentional mislead,
Yeah.
perhaps?
Let's see. Mislead. What did I roll for that?
Charisma.
Oh, this will be good. A 7.
A 7. Pick two.
from the list, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to confuse them for some time
Yeah.
and also expose a weakness or flaw.
Okay. The flaw is that you see this person has when he picks up his stuff that was where he's lying, you see a note that he's probably enrolled in the competition.
Ooh.
And he also have a hip flask hanging in the back.
I want.
Priorities.
And then he picks the stuff up and walks out, and the dwarf seems a bit hangover.
Can I try to take the hip flask?
Yeah.
and related to that,
That's a defy danger.
so I'm using one of my special things.
You know,
No
take
take handle. When I see a treasure or item that I desire, I may declare it the object of my greed.
Yeah.
When I act directly to secure the object of my greed, I take a +1.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's quick thinking, probably.
Oh, definitely my strength.
So it's in intelligence.
Literally my worst.
At least you have a +1.
Yep. So that'll balance out the -1. Oh wow! I got a 10.
Yeah. You have a hip flask.
I just kind of snatch it off his belt.
Nice.
It's quite big as well, so I mean, it just clips off.
It's more like a jug.
Yeah.
Hip jug. Dwarves.
Naturally.
And the dwarf walks out and disappears. And
I
What do you
just
do?
pull the whatever the stopper for it is with my teeth and start drinking out of it.
yeah, it's dwarven mead.
This is good.
So
Anyone want some?
What's in it?
It is some dwarven drink.
Let me try.
I will hand it to you.
It's really kind of sweet. There you go.
do any of you drink much of it?
I
Yes.
just took a giant swig of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think Gixa also drank quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, both of you mark shaky for dexterity.
oh, fantastic.
And I'm thinking
Competition's gonna be even better.
Yep.
Drunk goblin and kobolds.
Oh yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
I think you should
Only
mark
everything.
confused as well. It's wisdom.
You are not
Alrighty.
being nice.
Alrighty. Let's do this. YOLO.
Shaky and
man.
confused.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't become shaky and confused.
But
I
yeah,
don't need to be precise. I just need to be strong.
That's right.
yep. So you walk out where you can see the other teams, and you can see there are a few elves, and there are dwarfs, and there are some. You don't know how many teams of halflings there are because there are a lot of them around.
Like vermin.
And then,
So many.
Everywhere.
yeah, and
Except they don't taste as good as vermin.
That's true.
And as you walk past one of the teams, you notice one of them looks at you and go, "Hi!" And it's, very overly friendly and
I'm back.
I'm gonna smile with all of my sharp teeth.
yeah.
Oh god.
You're You remind me of my grandpa. And then 2 thumbs up, and then they go back to their own team.
Your grandpa was a goblin.
That's like a good thing, though, right?
Yeah, I'm informing him of the good news.
Oh, right.
But yeah, and the Grandmaster Scout comes out on a small podium they have rolled out in the middle, outside, in the
Plaza?
yeah, Plaza Park or whatever.
The place.
Yeah, the place, and they look out over all of you and right. The object of this competition is that you will need to find and bring this here, and he holds up his palm, and you can see it, an image just forms there like magic, and it's a small bow and arrow in gold.
Found it.
Done.
It is somewhere in the castle, but it's not that easy. You need to enter first, and then you can see the doors just
It's
slam
right there.
shut. May the best scouts win,
It's right there.
and then it disappears.
Oh,
It's gone now.
Bring this to me, and you will be sitting at the honor table at the banquet later.
you should really take better care of it. You just had it.
Yeah, I mean, what's... People should keep better track of their loot.
Humans.
If they don't, I'm just gonna take it all.
Not if I
Well, we
take
should
it
find
first.
that. We gotta find
And
it.
time starts now, and you can see the elves just start to jog over to the castle, and
Can I trip one as they run?
Yeah,
by?
Yes.
we can't allow that.
yeah,
I just
that's
stick the other end of my hammer.
defy
out.
danger Constitution.
Okay.
Can I poke one of them? Literally?
Oh no.
With poison?
Yeah, make backstab roll.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to deal damage to this person as well? Or
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, and for defy danger, I got a 8.
And,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into melee with them, and I'll create an advantage
Yeah.
for an ally.
Yeah. I will mark down 1 poisoned elf.
And the effects of the poison is that he falls asleep.
Yeah. You notice he takes a few steps, and then he goes, "Oh, this is. I should." Boom, and then he just falls asleep.
Elves, no stamina.
I
And
guess your team's 4 now.
and the elf you tripped stumbles. I'm gonna say either it stumbles into the crowd and they don't notice you, or they stumble into the teammates and they notice you.
Hmm. Decisions. Yeah, notice me, senpai.
Yeah, and then you
It took more of them down.
yeah, and they just look at you and just. One of the elves with long blonde hair and it's billowing a little bit in the breeze that comes from somewhere else. You don't really know
We're
why.
in a cave!
Yeah, and then he You just do.
You have eyes? Good
Yeah.
to know.
I'm gonna stick out my tongue.
And then these three trip just trying to stand up and help each other. And while
Just
this
like
is
walk over them and like keep
yeah,
going.
We're already
Yeah.
on the way.
Run away!
one of
Stomp,
them
stomp.
didn't stop, just continued jogging and just knocked on the door.
To the castle.
Yeah,
Door open.
no. I mean, come on!
So what does the castle look like? Is there like a high wall or
Yeah, high walls. It has a few spikes on it at the top, so it's someone who designed this was clearly, edgier than some others. And
I could try my key.
and it has outside of it you can see something like a dried up moat. Some of the buildings lean a little bit towards it from where you're standing, and through the gate you can see there is a building inside of the walls.
So how large is this door that you knocked at?
It's a big door.
And how
it-
big is the castle?
The castle is pretty big. I mean, it's a castle. I mean, you don't do small
20 feet
castles.
by 20 feet.
Yeah.
how high is the wall?
I'm gonna say it's probably 10 meters or something.
Neil, can you climb that?
And you don't
The
know
reason
if-
I was asking how big the castle was is I know my warg is pretty fast. I was wondering how quickly could I ride around it to see if there's anything else, especially if I can get down to the moat.
Yeah, you can ride around it. I mean, there might be more buildings leaning against it, so to go a little bit, you can't go exactly around all of it.
Leaning against it?
Yeah.
Exactly
like
against it?
Ruins against the wall.
Are those buildings, do those have openings or doors?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, let's climb over the wall to those ruins.
That's an
And
excellent idea.
Yeah, doors are for suckers.
yeah,
We don't want to let them all in, too.
No.
Let's do it.
and yeah, as you leave, you can hear the find a good name. Yeah. The elf that has knocked on the door, she's trying to get them to open up. And the one inside, but we can't, it's against the rules. But listen, look at my face. We created the scouts. You should let me in. It's against the Look, I'm an elf, you're a human, open the gate. And then the person inside just goes away. And
Rules are for suckers too.
and then
So are we just gonna make our way?
yeah,
try to
and
get
then
the buildings to
yeah,
line
and then
up?
she turns around and you can hear her scream at her teammates.
We're already looking for a ruin that's leading
Yeah.
up against
Yeah.
that we can navigate through.
Yeah, Sappy, since this was your idea, make me a discern realities roll.
Okay.
It's wisdom.
2d6 plus wisdom.
Yeah, I think because of my highly illogical, I can use my intelligence instead of wisdom.
I can look.
That sounds.
Ooh. Hey, nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. Even if I rolled to aid you on that, you still wouldn't.
no.
above
Uh,
this.
You find it leads a little bit up, actually, so you can
You found a building.
Yeah, you find a building, and it's leaning against the wall. You can try to climb up on it.
Can my Fuzzy Wuzzy try to run up and jump across it?
Yeah, he can try.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are all of you trying to be in a huddle together, or are you just running on a line, or are you just...
I will go first.
I think we're gonna run in a line.
Yeah.
I think Zappy and Fuzzy Wuzzy are going first,
Yeah.
and we're following.
Yep. First of all, he leaps up on the building and tries to take a real good leap to reach up, and then you hear it as the wall you are on just crumbles, and you just fall down, and then it's a slide, so you just go. Everyone follows along down.
Whee!
I thought we were supposed to go up.
Bounce one too.
And then it goes on for a little while, and you can see on the way down. You can see this is probably not what it was built for. This is eroded something, and but you can still see there are pieces of wall here and there. And then you hit the ground, and the ground is quite soggy.
Ow.
Oh, are we still outside the wall?
No.
Oh.
You are somewhere below the wall.
Tunnels. Yay, tunnels!
If we can't go through it and we can't go over it, we'll go under it.
So smart. This is why I hang out with you guys.
Onward!
Yeah.
But not upward.
This was a great plan, Zappy.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
We think we're so smart, you guys.
What are you talking about? We're geniuses.
Yes.
We're so friggin' clever. So clever.
We are the definition of failing forward.
We are literally
Yep.
the best.
We
That's
are.
And let me see. Yeah. You are walking below the castle somewhere. It seems like it's part of the sewers.
As we get a little bit farther, I go, wait! And I look for traps.
Okay.
Because I'm the trap guy.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
Gixo doesn't care about trips at all. He would just run through them. But good call.
Yeah, you find actually a trap.
Okay.
Not right away, but after a short while when you have scouted it, you find a trap, and someone has rigged a crossbow to a string.
Can I disarm it?
Yeah. And I think...
Is that trap expert?
Yeah. What does it say?
Oh no, it's... Is there a trap here? If so,
Tools
would
of the trade, I think.
Yeah, tools of the trade. That's the one I was looking for. Or tricks, right? Tricks of the descent?
Tricks of the trade, yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Mhm.
You know how it have a small crossbow as well. Well, it's a large crossbow for you, but
Look what I found!
Oh, fancy.
I like it. The size
Very
fits you
good.
perfectly.
I know. And I also found this! And I just like pop a bug in my mouth.
Bonus.
Extra bug.
yeah, and
Crossbow.
People really don't take care of their stuff.
No,
We
they
keep
mess around.
losing bows.
Yeah, dude, what do they have against bows and arrows?
Humans. So useless.
So weird.
yeah, and you notice that everywhere there is this sludge on the ground.
I stick my finger in it, I taste it.
Yeah.
Someone had to.
I like this place. It's cozy.
These
You
are
like
realities.
That's a lot like home.
I wonder if we could take this place over and move in.
Needle,
Hmm?
discern realities to try to interpret
Okay.
what is in
That's
the
plus
sludge.
wisdom.
I think I added it. I did add it. Holy crap! Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crap.
Yeah, actually, it tastes like there's some crap in this water.
Pretty good.
Oh gosh. Trust a kobold's taste.
Uh,
I eat maggots and bugs. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Yep.
They have a
It's got a,
seal.
it's got a hi- it's got a hint of spinach, which I'm not a fan of.
Are they growing spinach here?
No,
I-
they probably were eating spinach.
Oh.
Did it have a hint of a golden fancy bow in there somewhere?
No, I got this bow, but it's not gold.
What if
Let's
we
keep looking.
painted it gold?
Ow. I look at my bag for paint and then realize I don't have any.
I'm just saying.
I have some gold trim, but I'm not sure it's enough to cover an entire bow.
Uh-oh.
yeah. Fuzzy Wuzzy starts to growl a little.
Nice.
I think Fuzzy Wuzzy's hungry.
Fuzzy Wuzzy, what's wrong?
And I'm gonna back up a little bit, fuzzy, fuzzy, so I can be like last in
Yeah.
line.
Fuzzy's hungry.
Yeah. I'm
Gonna pull out my war horn.
I have a question for Wax.
Yes.
Which person is it that you take by the shoulder and just push carefully a little bit in front of you?
Probably gets like.
But yeah,
I pulled Snivel back with me because we're friends.
I am unafraid.
yeah.
Exactly. He's brave. He can handle it.
And then you actually, the rest of you hear this sort of noise going a little bit further down.
Sounds like dinner.
Is
that
one
what
of
they?
other teams down here too?
Probably not.
They wouldn't be that smart.
They're probably still trying to knock on the door.
They're also probably too tall.
Hey,
I'm going to draw my sword, my overly large bird cobalt sword.
Yeah. Do you stay
Hammer
behind,
is ready.
stay where you are, or do you advance, or do you?
Into danger!
Okay.
No.
As who's going first?
Not me.
Sounds like Giska's going first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before Giska goes, I will cast invisibility on him.
Oh,
So what do I do for that?
you roll magic intelligence.
Do
An
I do
invisible kobold. Oh,
cast
boy.
a spell move?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 2d6 plus intelligence.
I'm gonna go get some
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
for you.
And just so you know, Giska is invisible now until you cast a spell or you let invisible go. So you can't cast more spells when you have someone invisible.
Well, now that I'm invisible, I'm going to advance. Definitely.
Yeah.
Completely unafraid. Nothing can see me.
And I back up.
Drop everything.
do you know that you are invisible though?
I imagine I look down at myself and can't see myself.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Sappy has to touch you to cast the invisibility on you. So yeah, you're invisible and you walk ahead, and Giska is probably not the most careful person in the world. Otherwise,
Not careful at all.
Yes, so you can see the water splash around a little bit where he's walking.
Can't see him, but you sure can hear him.
Yeah, and you see a skeleton sitting by the side of the wall.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, it's sitting crouched, and part of it is not where it's not at with the rest of the skeleton. You can see the leg is a little bit elsewhere,
Anything of value on the skeleton?
Some old leather, probably. No, it's probably like, you know, dried bacon or something. For kobolds.
Old jerky.
Yeah.
Extremely old.
Yeah, but this is, you know, seems to have been part of an armor. So I was just thinking for the kobold is probably jerky. But...
I will come back for that, and I will keep looking for the source of the sound.
Yeah, and you see, you look around, and you hear the sound be much closer, and then you look into one of the directions this opening goes, and you see this. It looks like a bug, a big bug.
Big food. I'm just gonna yell, dinner, and charge at it.
Yeah.
What a war cry.
Maybe breakfast. I don't know. It's probably early in the day.
Breakfast.
And I actually do have war cry.
Yeah.
So I can choose. I roll a 9, so I can choose.
Yeah.
My allies are rallied and take a +1/4, or my enemies feel fear and act accordingly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it feel fear because it was just called breakfast,
Yeah.
and I'm charging at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't see me, but it heard me.
Yeah. And make hack and slash.
Right.
As you run up and
7.
yeah. Deal your damage to enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you.
Okay. So my damage is 1d10, and is it plus strength? Or
No, it's
No.
just a roll, right?
Yeah, it's just a roll.
all right. But my greatsword has a +1 damage, so I
Yep.
guess that would be 9.
Yeah.
Barbarian time.
Kill the things.
Yeah, and I want Anna to roll a d8.
Of course, you want me to roll the d8. I'm really sorry, Jason.
Oh no.
You're lucky because that was a 3.
Yep. And you slash it with your sword, and the head just comes down and clumps at you. And you can feel the saliva of this thing just burn through.
Ew.
And then the head separates from the body.
I'm wearing armor. Does that lessen
Yeah,
the damage?
No, it does not. But
Oh.
good that you mentioned that, because
Because it does something better if you have armor on.
Oh no. You probably don't have armor now.
yeah, remove 1 armor from your armor.
Oh, 1 armor is what I had.
Yeah.
My chainmail, which was really not quality chainmail, it was just pieces of things
Yeah.
stapled together.
Someone's chainmail glove.
It starts to fall apart.
Yeah, and you see this large X cricket. Just look at you.
X cricket? Like,
Its head came off, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
but is it still like attacking?
No, it just.
It's dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout back at the others, breakfast!
Yay!
None of you know what it is, what breakfast is yet, but
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna run and find out, I guess.
You run up and you see this reddish cricket just oozing out in the water.
Oh, that's big.
Can I pull
That's
the head
huge.
off of Giska?
Yeah.
you can make a helmet of that.
So he does.
So what are you gonna do?
I tear off a leg and I just start chewing on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bit like you eat a really, really spicy chili because it burns the inside of your mouth. Which you're not quite worth.
Spicy.
You're not used to this because you're a kobold, so usually not that much gives that effect.
Does it look like it's poison, or does it look like it's more acidic?
More acidic.
It has a bit of a bite to it.
Kobold humor.
That's the best.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Pack them
Relax
up and
isn't
take
gonna
it for
do
later.
Look around. Where did it come from?
It's
Yeah.
probably been stalking around here, down here for a while.
Yeah, but does the tunnel like lead anywhere? We're trying
Yeah.
to get into the castle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a
searched it so much
spout lore.
before.
Spout lore. That I'm gonna. That's intelligence.
Yep.
Good. That's the one I don't have a -1 in. That's a 10,
Yeah.
which means you need to tell me something interesting and useful.
Yeah. Judging from how far you have gone, you're probably below the building inside of the castle right now. And you don't know exactly where this came from, but I will tell you that this is a rust monster.
Excellent.
Fancy.
All of my chainmail is down on the ground.
Yeah.
So, is there any way up?
Have a rust monster head as a helmet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh,
Like ladders or any openings in the tunnel.
yeah, you find a tunnel, a hatch. After a little bit of search,
Wait. I check it for traps.
it doesn't have a trap, but it's locked.
It's locked. I got this. He said, hopefully.
9. I think that means
You get to offer me 2 options between suspicion, danger, or cost.
yeah.
I'll take suspicion and danger.
Not supposed to choose both of them.
Yeah. You hear that someone's walking upstairs, so you could probably wait until they stand on the trapdoor and open it, but that will probably bring you down with them. Or you can wait until they're not on there and open it and try to, sneak out that way, but they will probably notice you either way.
Let's take him out.
Yeah.
Open it ways there.
let's do it. Yes. Look out below.
Yeah, you open it and the trapdoor just swings open and you see this shadow fall down on top of you, and it's a bit far down because it's a ladder that you're climbing on, and it hits you, and you notice that it's a gnome.
This is not a human.
Yeah, no, it's a gnome, and it's screaming right in your face as it's clutching you on your way down. And you go, ah! And there's a thud, and
You're wearing a rust monster head on your
yeah,
head.
yeah, and
Well, that explains the screaming.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a kobold face with a rust monster. Like, it's like, oh.
Jason, roll the d4.
Who's rolling the d4?
Jason.
Jason.
Oh. 4.
Okay. Both you and the gnome take 4 damage from the fall.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's quite a fall.
And he's unconscious.
Oh, that worked out perfectly.
Just like a planned.
Do you need a hand?
I need 2 hands. Help.
I'm gonna grab the gnome and just start tugging him off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he's unconscious, so he just lets go quite easily.
I search his body for things.
You find a key, a dagger, what else?
Clothes.
A small snow globe.
Is that magical?
It looks
Is
like
that-
a magical thing.
Yeah, it
I'm a
moves.
wizard now.
You created snow in there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
I,
I now will be known as Needle the Wizard.
It checks out.
yeah, and I think Gitska is still invisible though.
He attacked, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I attacked. I attacked the rust monster.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think we can go up now.
Yeah. Perfect.
Let's ascend to the castle.
I will ascend last.
Can I take? I wanted to take off the gnome's clothes and take it with us.
Yeah, okay. This naked gnome in the sewers right now.
Disgusting.
I'll leave him a rust monster leg in case he wakes up and is hungry. Just like on top of his body.
It's very very
Yeah.
generous of us.
Look at them. They don't even have any fur. How did they stay warm?
That's so weird.
Or scales. Are kobolds cold-blooded?
Yeah, and you see where the blood from the rust monster is dripping out. You can see it's leaving some burn marks on the gnome.
Oh God!
He really
Poor
should have some
man.
scales. He has scales.
I just move it off him like, oh god, I'm so sorry.
We're the worst, but the best part is it's kind of halfway unintentional sometimes.
They're so fragile.
I'm sure it'll just rub off.
So
Yeah,
delicate.
really fast.
You would think they would not build trapdoors, as fragile as they are.
Well, they're probably not
Alice.
very smart.
Yeah, and you walk up through the trapdoor, and you can see a human snoring on a couch. And there are some stairs up, and there's a door that probably leads out.
I smashed the human.
Sleeping. That's not a very adventurous fight.
Is there anything else in this room other than the human just sleeping?
There's a table that you can see 5 coins on the table.
I'll take those coins.
There's a bookshelf with some books.
Oh, my nemesis.
Do any of the books have pictures on them?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab the one with pictures.
It's quite fancy writing in it, so you can't really read it. But it has very amusing pictures in the margins, you know, where some humans stick trumpets up their butt. And
What's in it, Snivel?
Look! They play trumpets with their butts. They don't know how this works.
They don't even know how to eat properly.
Humans are really
I'm gonna tear out the page with the compass,
Inspiration.
yeah.
stuff it in my pocket.
Alright. 1, want to get sneaky and look for the bow?
Let's do it.
We go up or out?
I say up.
Yeah.
Well, Zappy was right last time, so we should follow Zappy.
Yeah.
Before we go, is there anything like a drape or something I can use to just tie the human to wherever they're sleeping?
Ooh, and when she's doing this, does he have bootlaces?
Yeah, he has bootlaces.
Yes.
You don't find any drapes though.
Okay.
I tie
Well-
his boots together.
Yep.
That'll work.
Good idea.
And
Can I give the cloak from Fuzzy Wuzzy to Wax to tie him
yeah,
up with?
yeah, you can do that.
All right. So we'll just he's wrapped up in a cloak.
Yeah, and
The
as you
dirty
start
smelling
to tie him up, he starts to what do you
Punch.
yeah. You just knock him right out.
Phew. So hard being sneaky sometimes.
Yeah.
People are so inconsiderate.
That was very sneaky, though.
Thank you.
I tear off a little piece of my robe and just shove it in his mouth.
Yeah.
We don't want him screaming.
That's true.
And in case he's hungry when he wakes up.
Also true.
Good fiber.
Let's go.
Yeah. We have a bow to find.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You walk up and you notice that this probably don't lead to the second floor of this building. It leads up to a tower.
Wow. This is a really fancy thing they're hiding, right? So it
Yes.
stands to reason it would be at the top of the tower.
That's where they put their fancy stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I have my fancy stuff underground, so I don't know.
Yeah,
The
but
humans do everything the opposite, though.
Yeah.
So
I've heard them singing about stuff like this, and it's always stuff at the top of towers. You know, like princesses and more princesses, and sometimes there's a dragon.
oh.
dragon?
Yeah.
Eddie?
Okay.
I mean, if they keep the dragons in the towers, that's because dragons are the most important things.
And if
That's
they
a
keep
good point.
important stuff in towers, the thing we're looking for is important.
To the tower.
To the
Raise
tower.
the hammer overhead.
Let's go.
You come up at the tower. It does not have the bow and arrow up there.
Is there a dragon?
It does not have a dragon, but what do you do up there?
What is up here?
Did we like burst
Yeah, okay,
in just like screaming? Or...
Ah!
You look around a little bit and you can see a hatch in the roof below you. You're probably 4 floors up in this tower. And you can, so this is probably on the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor. You're not entirely sure which. There's a roof and there's a hatch out, and you can see it opens and a human looks around and then he closes it. And I want someone to make a discern realities roll.
I can roll that if you want.
Yep.
It's my idea to
So-
come up here.
Definitely not me.
I think Gixa and I are still drunk. Aren't
Yeah.
we?
It's a 7.
Yeah.
Let me just look at the questions. I should know these by now. I'm tempted to go what here is not what it appears to be, but I think it makes more sense to what should I be on the lookout for?
Right. Two things really. You notice that human probably had a reason to open the hatch, but you couldn't really see why. Well, from where you're standing. On the other hand, you also see some orcs have entered the courtyard, and one of them is carrying pieces of the gate.
We have an escape route.
Orcs know that doors are for suckers too.
They just took the direct route. I could have done that.
Not as much fun though.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we wouldn't have had a snack. How far away is the hatch? Are we able to reach it from here?
You can probably just jump down onto the roof and walk over.
Okay.
There's a hatch there.
Is the human on top of the on top, or is he inside and then he's opening
He opened, did something, shut the hatch, and walked in and shut the hatch. So the human is
Yeah.
there.
So we're in the tower and we're looking down on the roof, and he opened the hatch from inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Maybe
Got a
they're
hatch.
hiding the fancy stuff in there.
Guess
Or
it
more
makes sense
food.
if They're hiding it, that they wouldn't put it in the tower. Because we all knew the towers are where they keep good
The
stuff.
tower was too obvious. They're trying to be clever.
So
Well,
are you
hatch.
so are you jumping down?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
I'm gonna swing my hammer down and then use it like a pogo stick to land on it.
Okay.
I'll just stand on the head of it and just boom.
Snivelpot, Sappy, and Needle, you just jump down. Wax and Gits.
Yeah.
You.
drunkie.
Yeah, tell me how good this is.
Yes, you need to do a Defy Danger.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's Dex.
Of course it is.
And because we're shaky, we will minus that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minus applies. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You belly flop onto the patch.
face plant.
That's using your head, Wax.
Yep.
So it's actually a 7.
Yeah. You will either stumble and fall through the hatch, or stumble and roll towards the edge of the roof. Gitska.
I'm gonna fall through the hatch.
Okay. Wax.
We have to try to make it as heroic looking as possible.
Yeah.
Try to make it look intentional.
Yeah. Wax, you swing your hammer and tries to stand on top of it as it goes down, and you can see the rest of you can see the roof tiles just go as,
You're welcome, everyone.
yeah, as there's now a big hole in the roof where Wax used to be.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Did I find a way in?
Yeah, Gitska, you stumble, fall, roll, and you look to the side, and you see the bow and arrow just placed there, probably by the person who opened the hatch and tried to hide it. But you can't grab them because then you just fall through the hatch.
But I'm gonna yell it. Found it!
Where did I end up?
You are somewhere inside.
Okay.
Snivelpot, Sappy, and Needle. What do you do?
Do we see the bow?
Make you discern realities.
Oh no.
You just heard Gitska scream, found it, but you're not sure where he found it or anything.
I wasn't very specific.
Can I make one too?
You can help.
Okay.
Elsewhere, Wax is distantly screaming.
Ooh. That wasn't terrible.
So help is just 2d6.
Yeah.
Sorry, do I have to roll something? Or?
Yeah,
yeah.
roll 2d6.
Yeah. 2D. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No modifiers.
Yeah. That means it goes up to 10. So yeah, you find it. Needle.
Oh, here it is. Wait, where's Geska?
Where did I end up exactly?
Gix, you are in a guard room with 2 human guards looking at you.
I'm gonna hiss at them.
Well, why are you here?
Competition.
Okay.
Surrender or die.
Yeah, they look at each other and we surrender. And they one of them walks towards a pantry and pulls out a cup and, do you want some coffee?
Yes, serve me coffee.
Yeah, and then
You are my hostage.
Black or how do you want your coffee?
What is coffee?
Okay, and then he puts down the coffee pot and takes something else and just pours you instead. And then he hands it to you.
I'm gonna sniff the mug.
It's
This is a discern reality check.
no, it isn't. It's probably it smells fruity.
Does it smell anything like the mead that I had
No,
earlier?
not meat. Not no
Mead. The
mead.
drink.
Yeah, no, it's not mead. This is it's no more yellow.
Did you pee in a cup?
No, it's coffee.
I'm just gonna pour it out on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Wax.
Yeah. Where the
You-
heck am I?
You are in a bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Dramatic entrance to the bedroom with your belly
Yeah.
closed.
Yep. Billy Cloak hammer crash. I made a crater probably.
Yeah,
There you go.
and it's it's a fancy bedroom. People have probably been using this. The people who are in charge of this place. You can see there is a big bed, double bed with one of those. What are they called?
4 posters.
Big old
Yeah.
four-poster.
Yeah, and then it's lots of silk everywhere, and you can also see a wardrobe.
Ooh. Can I go look in the wardrobe?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ransack the wardrobe.
You find a wizard robe
Oh, sweet.
and a staff that has some odd runes on it.
To go great with the snow globe.
Yes. I will collect these things for
Yeah.
Needle.
And you also find some slippers.
I will put those on.
Yep.
Over my boots? Question mark.
Yeah. Yeah. With the boots, they fit.
Awesome.
And you also find a book. You can't read it, but it has some
Are there
fancy.
pictures?
It doesn't have Yeah, it has some pictures. You know, diagrams and odd circles.
Okay. Weird abstract art.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's very well taken care of. So probably someone really likes this book.
Oh, okay.
It has
I'm
bookmarks
gonna
and everything.
drop that on the ground and smash it with my hammer, but I will take the staff and the robe.
Yeah.
Lex is an iconoclast, you guys.
That was the best reaction.
I want you to just make a damage roll because I want to see how
Okay.
damaged this book is.
All right. Let's see. That's a D10 plus I don't know. I get other stuff because my weapon is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's your signature weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
9. Yeah. There are bits of paper everywhere in this room. And there's also a small dent in the floor.
My work here is done.
Yeah.
All right, with my spoils, I'm gonna leave the room.
Yeah.
And try to find my friends.
Snailpot, Sappy, and Needle. What do you do?
So we find there's a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Or just bow.
The bow and arrow are up there.
You won.
Can I try to cast prestidigitation to change the color of the bow and arrow?
Yeah.
So cast a spell.
Yes. And then you have which one did you pick of the 3 options?
I'll draw the unwelcome attention. To
Yeah.
myself.
Of course.
Which color do you change it to?
Anything but the current color. So like a normal color of a bow and arrow.
Yeah, okay. And you can, the rest of you see this gold just shoots out and makes it glow, and probably can be seen pretty far away. And you hear from the ground, it's up there!
Ruh-roh.
Time to skedaddle.
Is that like escaping?
Do Wax and I see the glow?
No, you're inside. You do not see the glow.
Skedaddling is like escaping, but with more style.
Oh. Okay. What style?
It means you look fancy when you do it.
What's fancy?
You know that thing you just did with the sparkles? That's fancy.
What are sparkles?
These.
No, that's no.
Now I can't wait till it snows.
Oh god.
Which way down from here?
I say that.
Yeah,
I have slaves.
Also, again, somewhere Wax is distantly screaming.
You're below us, right?
yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're both below you.
yeah.
We're inside somewhere.
Yeah. So any way to head down from here?
Yeah. I think you take the hatch because it's the easiest way.
Down the hatch.
And
Lol.
Sappy will probably have to climb off. Fuzzy was it to climb down,
That's fine.
and Fuzzy jumps down and lands on their feet and growls
rust
a
monster
little
head.
bit. Do you also want coffee? We have some
We
left.
won.
Don't drink, big. Piss in a cup. These humans are the worst.
No, it's
I know,
not.
all
It's
humans
not
are bad.
piss in it. You see one of them pouring it up in a glass and then drinking it. See, it's not piss.
You're disgusting.
You can't piss in a glass. You have to piss somewhere and then cover it with dirt, or people will find you.
I'm surprising to say this, but the goblin is right.
It's like you don't know basic survival skills.
These humans they're so stupid.
Yeah, and they just look at each other and, what should we do? I don't know.
You like my hat?
Yeah, it's fancy.
Thanks.
Have I,
Go.
Have I located where the heck my friends are at this
Yeah,
point?
you
Okay.
open the door and walks in, and
Yeah, I burst through the door.
Oh, there you guys are.
Hey.
Hey,
and
We won.
Needle, I
What?
found you wizard things.
Oh, cool.
that's the rat.
Shut up, slave.
I'm not getting paid enough for this, so let it just slide.
Needle really looks like something now.
Yeah. So wait, there was a wizard hat too, wasn't there? Or was
I-
there just a staff and a robe?
Staff and a robe.
Okay.
So he's got a wizard robe, a staff with runes, and a rust monster head.
It's on my hat.
And a snow globe.
Got a snow
Yeah.
globe.
You should attach the snow globe to the end of the staff.
Oh my god. Someone, somewhere, please draw that.
Yeah, and then you hear a noise from below, and one of the orcs just runs up the stairs, and then
We have to stay away from them. Orcs take everything.
Escape.
then they stop in the
see anything.
and then they look around, and one of the humans, sorry, you're too late. They already won.
Too late.
Haha, we're the best. That's actually our name.
Yeah, yeah, and the orc just looks at you and goes, "God damn it, not again!" Last year it was the stinking elves, and now it's, well,
The best.
We have won.
Less-
We will rule
less
over all of
stink.
you.
At least you can say you have lost to the best.
okay. Do you say that to the orc?
Yes.
And this big orc just pushes him aside. The first orc, and he just looks at you. She squints, and then she smiles, and it's good that you think so, little one.
We will be kind rulers
Maybe.
over the orcs, not the humans. They're stupid.
And then you notice that she's still carrying part of the door.
You know, you can wear those as hats, right? When you kill something, you get to wear it as a hat.
Yeah.
So you can wear the door. That.
No, I don't like doors.
But do you like hats?
Yeah. Do you want to part with your hat, or do you want to keep it?
I want to keep my hat. My hat's cool.
Then stop talking about hats, or you might make me want it.
Well, we won. Where are our riches and glory?
Yes.
It will be delivered to you at the party.
There's a party.
Oh, that's right. They said we get to sit at the special table.
Hopefully with bugs.
And pie.
Yes.
And
Okay.
there's fade out, and we are at the table at the banquet. The grand scoutmaster is looking over you, and this was not how I expected it to go, but it was much more exciting to watch. And I'll hope you enjoy this, because apparently someone has disrupted my bedroom, so I will have to.
It's our bedroom now. We won.
Yes, you won!
Over you all.
And there is mead, and there's beer, and there's wine, and there's some other things, distilled things, I don't know. The dwarf didn't tell me what it was. And there's food. And we will begin the festivities. Enjoy!
Badges? Badges?
Yes.
I was told there would be badges.
The badges will come soon. And he huffs off a little bit, and I want someone to make a roll because I want to see how this party goes.
Cast a spell while he's talking.
Which one?
Oh no.
I want to cast invisibility on Needle.
Yeah, you can do that.
I wonder what terrible person disturbed his bedroom.
Some people have no manners.
Some people.
I want Gixa to make a roll for this round on me.
What is that?
That's more of a
social
social-
move.
Yeah, it's one of the social. You order a round of drinks.
Spend 10 coin and roll +1.
You don't have to spend coin. You just roll.
All right. I will roll. That's a 6.
Okay. I'm gonna say pick one from the list anyway, because I want to know how this starts.
Drunken brawl.
Oh no.
Nito the wizard will save us all.
Needle doesn't really get a class change. He just thinks he does.
100%.
He's a stab wizard.
I can't sleep.
Donk. Hey,
I
it's all in the results.
I'm choosing that I get drunk and reveal how I managed to irritate an important patron.
Yeah. Okay. You tell the story about how yeah.
Did I try to impress a dragon?
Yeah, and
Daddy?
and this dwarf just looked at. No, you fucking didn't.
Well, yeah, dragons are very prickly, and I sort of had to leave afterwards. But in leaving, I will make my name, and there will be legends and tales told of my victories,
Yeah.
and then the dragon will be impressed.
Yeah, and the dwarf listens to this and go, "This is bullshit," and then he pulls up a hammer and just slams into the table. You don't talk like that, and then just splinters just fly, and he grabs you by the shoulder and
Oh no.
tell me the truth, little lizard people.
He's an angry drunk.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to attack him.
yeah,
He started this.
yeah. Roll a hack and slash.
All right.
Oh, no.
And I also just remembered about secret kobold fair fighting techniques.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know. they're
I
probably
love
that.
them.
So my hack. Whoa.
Yes.
So I can also choose to expose yourself to the enemy's attack and pick one of the
Yeah.
things.
Well then.
Does he have anything on him, or he has a hammer?
He has a hammer and he has an old splint mail. He
So
also,
as I
he also
as I-
have a beard and, you know.
Yank his beard.
no, I have a plan. So does he have like rings or anything in his beard?
Yeah, it's mostly. But yeah, it have some rings in it.
So as I kind of lunge at him with my little cobalt claws and attack him, I also take my dagger that I have,
Yeah.
and I slam it down on the table through his beard and through the ring, pin his beard to
Yeah.
the table. So basically, I'm just disorienting. Or I'm doing the tide laces. But
Yeah.
with his beard.
Yeah.
Fighting dirty, I like it.
And then roll damage.
Which
I
he
thought
chose
you-
to expose himself, so he gets the 1d6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something happens.
Yeah.
And I'm not using my great sword for this, so.
That's good.
Yeah. 3 damage.
3. Yeah. Yeah. And he just you sucker punch him and you go "Bruh," and his head just slams into the table because it's so close. And someone grabs you in the back and then yanks you up. And you see one of the orcs holding you and screaming, "Kobold fight!" and just then throws you away.
I'm game for this. It's
Yeah.
throwing me at my enemies.
Yeah.
Kobold tossing.
And you take 3 damage as you hit the face of through 2 of the elves.
Sweet. I just go into the air and slam into them.
Yeah.
It's probably a normal weekend activity for Kixa.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say Wax next
All right.
because I think Wax is already a little bit on edge by still being drunk and haven't punched
Yeah.
enough.
Sure. So what I guess I'll join the fight.
Yeah.
It's a kobold fight, but you can join in.
I
Honorary
can
kobold.
pretend.
As the Grand Wizard, I dub you honorary kobolds.
Awesome, thank you.
I will charge in and take a swing at a couple of those elves with my hammer. Like swing low.
Yeah.
I love how this escalated.
They're scrawny. They're like bowling pins. I figure I
Yeah.
can knock them all down.
Yeah.
So would that be hack and slash?
It's hack and slash, yes.
Okay. Where did my character sheet go? Come back to me. There you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I will roll the damage with my hammer.
Yep.
That was kind of underwhelming, but you know.
Yeah, but you slammed on the elves, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The same ones that had Gixa thrown at them? Or yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to sweep at their kneecaps and below, basically,
Yeah.
with my hammer.
I'm gonna say you misinterpret it a little bit, so you swing and then it goes up a little bit higher. So you hit them in the stomach and they
Okay.
and falls down, and you have a elf on the ground just holding it. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Nice. Come on.
They're so skinny. They go down like grass.
Yeah. Snivelpot?
Yeah, I'm at this point probably standing on the table with one foot and one foot on my seat, which is probably a booster seat so I could reach the table. And I'm reciting poetry because it's a grand dinner to our honor, right?
Yeah. You are also right next to the Grand Scoutmaster's seat.
Fantastic. I'm gonna gesture with my mug of whatever they've given us to drink and go,
I met a goblin from an antique land who said, "Oi, what you looking at?" Also, it's not antique land. It's just a little bit older than your land. This poem might need to rhyme better.
at this point I think I'm just sort of pouring my drink over his plate because I've forgotten about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one of the dwarves is just gonna look at you and just stare in confusion.
Do you know anything that rhymes with antique?
No.
Boutique.
All the words.
On fleek. We don't know what fancy means, but on bleak.
Yeah.
Gnomish word.
From in the background, behind where they're fighting, Wax yells that.
Thank you, Wax.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Sappy.
Sappy is just sitting there eating and feeding.
Yeah. Yeah. Since you're basically the only one eating right now, you manage to get a lot more food than usual. So you hoard.
Yeah.
all the plates that have been abandoned.
Yeah. Needle, you are invisible, I think.
I am invisible, so I will cast sleep on the orc that threw my friend by like poking him with my poison dagger.
Yeah. You do that, and the orc just what, and then the invisibility fades, and you appear, and then he what? And then
I am a wizard.
And then he falls back onto a table that smashes and just flings away. And you see the dwarf that was pinned to this table are also catapulted with this.
War fight.
And yeah, you hear a tear
So that
as
happened.
part of the beard is just ripped off.
Fear my mighty magics.
Yeah.
I think we just dishonored that dwarf's entire lineage.
Wow.
Right now he has one of those beards that goes full, so and then it's missing here.
Looks good. Really.
And let me see. Snivelpot, it's your. What do you do? 'Cause you haven't done anything disruptive as such, so.
No, I've just poured my drink all over the Grand Master.
Only disruptive to him.
Which table was it that got flinged? It's not the one we're at, right?
No, it's one of the others.
Well, at
The
this
one next
point,
to you.
I have noticed the fighting going on, I imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run down the table, because I'm on top of it,
Yeah.
towards the fight.
Yeah, that's quite easy because
Hooray.
the fight is starting to erupt on many places right now because one of them has had a kobold thrown into it, and one had a dwarf being tossed into it, and then where it started. So
Yeah. When I reach the end of the table that's closest to the fight, I'm gonna pull out my war horn and go, ha! And then honk it as loudly as I possibly can, and do the metal hurlant move
yeah,
on whoever is closest that is not one of my buddies.
yeah,
Oh.
So let's roll plus Constitution.
yes. You honk right in the face of one of the human wizards
Yes.
that has walked in. No, please stop fighting! Stop!
What is my Constitution modifier? Oh, it's +1. I rolled a 10, which means they take 1d10 damage and are deafened for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Man, I actually wanted to fail that roll, but that's 7 points of damage. They're
Yeah.
deafened.
The horns of victory.
And yeah, you can see there are some small trails of blood leaking out from his ears.
Oh.
because you put the horn right up into his face.
We're definitely the worst.
No, we're the best.
Victory!
It says so on our application.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I'm just playing music to cheer on the fighters, right?
yeah,
We have a soundtrack now that sounds like something.
Sappy,
Honk.
are you still eating or are you doing something?
I'm gonna start just getting as much food as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
And stacking on top of
yeah,
what's pleasant area
yeah.
as much as possible.
I'm thinking you have opened your backpack and are just pouring it into that one.
With the plates as well, not even
Yeah.
like,
Everything, utensils, everything.
Just like
Yeah.
conveyor belting it in.
I like
Yeah.
how our thief has become a wizard, and our wizard has basically become a thief.
Yeah, Needle.
I'll start sneaking around and tying people's shoelaces together.
Yeah, you do that.
You're casting what? Like hold
entangle.
person?
And
Entangle?
Yeah, I want you to make a defy danger quick thinking. It's intelligence. Because this is being sneaky while looking and anticipating where people are. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You tie some of the shoelaces together, and then you find some big feet, and you try to, and then you look up and you see the big orc, and she's looking at you. You're funny.
I know.
And she picks you up.
I'm also a wizard.
Cool. And what should she do?
She can throw you.
Yeah.
The kobold fight.
Kobolds are puntable.
She holds you and in a firm grip, and then walks out into the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am concerned.
Oh no.
And intrigued.
No.
Yeah, and Wax,
Yes.
what do you do?
Do I see our
Yeah.
wizard
Yeah.
being carried away?
Yeah, you see this?
Okay. After grabbing a piece of stray food while I was in the midst of a fight, as I tend to do, I'm gonna run after Hammer leading the way.
Yeah.
And gosh, I don't know. I'd like to. I don't know if I necessarily want to attack. I just want to try and.
Yeah, you're trying to get there, so you're swinging the axe and just hitting people randomly as they.
Yeah, I just want to try and get to Needle and
Yeah.
get Orc Lady to drop him.
Yeah. Gixa.
I'm gonna scramble back to my table and grab my sword.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to leap on top of the table in front of the Grandmaster. And
The Grandmaster has left. He's not here.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leap on the table, and I'm going to shout, "You have all been defeated. We have already won. Surrender!" And I'm basically doing a war cry,
Yeah.
but I got a 7. So I'm just gonna do the your enemies feel fear and act accordingly.
Yeah. And
I'm just holding my sword aloft, top of the table.
I'm gonna look up at that move. Okay. And Wax, you run into the kitchen
Yep.
and you see this big orc opening a barrel and dropping needle into it.
Pickle him.
Oh no.
And how good is your reading, Wax?
I believe I cannot read.
Okay, then you don't know what this barrel is.
Okay.
Patches looks though.
Cool.
What is
Uh,
it? What does this barrel smell like?
It smells clean.
Oh,
Ugh.
And then the orc just walks past Wax and
No.
hi.
Hello.
I'll go and get Needle out of the barrel, I guess.
Yeah. And you see Needle for a moment completely submerged in a barrel filled with clean water. And he, yeah,
Are you okay?
wet.
are Needle shell shocked?
Traumatized.
Oh. Come on.
Try to heft him out.
Yeah. Make it a fight danger strength.
Sure.
I was hoping it wasn't sulfuric acid or something.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was thinking, what's the worst a stinky kobold would want?
Clean water.
All my bugs drowned.
It was a vat of soap.
Okay, you pull Needle up, and then the barrel tips, and the water just goes. And it also, quite a lot of it also gets, when it tips and it just splashes around.
Mm-hmm.
So it hits some of the fires, so it's smoke filled as fuck in here.
Oh no.
Come on, we need to get back to the fight.
Wizard's work is hard.
Yeah, and then there will be another cut. As you're sitting outside on the stairs to the ziggurat, Wax have a black eye. Snivelpot has her once fancy new robe has been cut a little bit to pieces, which is good because now it fits better.
Hey, cut
It's
down
freezing.
the size.
And what was the warg's name again? Fuzzy is eating on some small animal it's caught. It does not look human though.
Shame.
Yeah.
Pity.
Yeah.
Alas.
Needle, your wizard staff is broken in half, but it has still has the snow globe on top.
Now it's a club.
Yeah. And Gixa, you're splashed with blood. You don't know whose, but it's not yours.
Excellent.
And as you sit there, you see the kobold who sold you the bugs. And next to him there is a goblin with red hair and sideburns.
Hey! Snotcyst!
Hello!
Hi.
Hi!
Hi, bug friend.
We have won the day.
Good!
Although I'm clean.
That's not good.
That's an easily fixed casualty.
Why it takes so long to get that dirty?
We'll help.
Like months of dirt.
You can go back into the sewer.
not the same.
Right.
Did we get badges, Noxus?
Yes, yes, of course you did. And the kobold looks at the kobolds and go, "Hi, I'm Skiss, and
Nice to meet you, Skiss.
I'm your scoutmaster.
Oh.
I have been watching you, and you will have badges."
Oh.
We also have taken over the entire castle.
Good.
I bet they're gonna invite us back next year.
Yes.
Definitely.
We claimed 2 buildings in the name of I'm bad at that word.
Contamination.
Yes.
Yes, I have the sewers.
It all.
Yeah.
The most important question, though, is my hat okay?
Yes. See, I was a little bit bad at notifying which badges you get, so I will try to remember some.
All the badges.
Let me see. Feel free to suggest something if you want to, but because this is fairly.
I feel like there should be at least one badge for conquering the castle.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have
And eating
castle claiming badge. We have Gixa. You have get a flying elf crusher badge with a K in crusher.
Makes it more badass.
Needle, you have a burning gnome badge.
All right, that poor dude we left in the sewers.
Yeah.
He's just somewhere down below.
You might also get a dwarf shaving badge.
Yeah. And your scoutmaster looks at Needle and he looks at the badge and then, sorry, I can't let you have this one.
Nah.
You got clean. But next,
I'm sorry, friend.
but next year, I'm sure you will get it, because I have a badge that says Filth Wizard.
Just think you have something to aspire to next year.
I'm gonna get that orc.
Yeah. Wax, Snivelpot, and Sappy, you have cloaking badges.
Yes.
And Wax have a batting badge.
Excellent.
Needle have a shoe badge. Sappy have
Here's the all-you-can-eat buffet badge.
yeah, and also
Redeemable for at least one all-you-can-eat buffet.
And it's not YOU, it's just you.
Pathfinder badge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also you're also handed a badge that, well, you handed something, you can't see it because it's invisible.
Invisibadge.
Yeah.
That makes it really hard to show that one off.
That's why it's extra special.
I have one too, really.
Yeah, and Snailpot, you have a horn badge.
I'm gonna pin that to my war horn.
Yeah. And also Who picked up? Was it that undressed the gnome?
Me.
That was Zappy.
Yeah,
That was happening.
yeah. You have a striptease badge.
Oh my.
I think Fussy Wussy deserves a faithful steed badge.
Yes.
Perhaps, but I'm a bit afraid to give Fussy Wussy a badge.
I'll just give it to Happy. He'll
Yeah, okay. And he gives. Yeah, and Fussy Wussy also gets a Vag happening badge. But yeah, let me see.
We are the best.
Literally.
I think Wax gets quite a lot of XP.
Woo.
Yeah, you get at least 2 XP, and because you get an XP every time you roll a 6 or
Yeah,
below.
6 or lower.
Yeah, I failed epically
Yeah.
a few times. It was beautiful.
Yeah, gets 1 failure, I think.
It's,
In Dungeon World, you gain XP from your mistakes. It's much like real life.
Yeah.
yeah, I like that system.
Yeah, actually, I rolled the best tonight I've ever
Yeah.
rolled, I think, on an online game.
Yeah, but you still rolled 2 below 6, so.
Yeah.
Seppi rolled 1 below 6, I think.
Is it below 6 or is it 6 and or
6 and lower.
6
Yeah.
and lower.
Yeah, so I
Because a
had,
6 is a failure.
yeah.
And then we'll do the end of session, because we've forgotten to do that all the other times, but we're gonna remember it this time. Because why not? Did anyone act according to their alignment?
Mine is spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action. Not really.
Mine is basically to go against the conventions of the civilized world.
Well,
Which
during
I guess I did.
All the darn
Yeah.
time.
yeah, because I mean you stood up. You are my prisoners during a banquet to your honor. So I mean,
There was really nothing very civilized about this entire group.
No.
What are you talking about? It's Kobold civilization. It's very civilized. My alignment is avoid
Yes.
detection or infiltrate a location.
Needle,
we did that.
I prefer to go unnoticed, and if have to poison people into sleeping to leave me alone. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you get an XP for that.
Mine was discover something about a magical mystery.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
We
don't
didn't really
think I-
find that many magical mysteries, I guess.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Let's count a snow globe.
Does Needle's ascendancy into wizardry count as a magical mystery?
Yes,
mystery.
yes,
Mystery.
yes. That is a big magical mystery.
I mean, he casts sleep and entangle.
It worked.
How did he do that?
Oh,
The entangle spell didn't work. It got me clean, so that's
Yeah.
a bad spell. Never casting that one.
That was prestidigitation.
oh. Let's see. Mine was put someone in their place for disrespecting you.
Knocked over some elves, but they didn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knocked over some elves, tied up a human.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, the elves were
they weren't-
were disrespectful. So yeah, you get one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
you
true.
did trip them at the start when they were
Yes.
snooty.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you even
yep.
picked that they would notice that it was you. So it's,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And We don't have bonds.
No.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Humans
can,
just suck.
Yeah, humans are stupid.
you can put bugs on pies.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Kobolds can evolve into wizards.
Yeah, these ones are, the whole entire group decides this one, the 3 questions. So if you
What
decide
did we
yes, then, everyone gets an XP for it.
Yeah.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
We're the best.
We
Became
all
everything.
the enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we conquered the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are lords of the scout groups.
Yeah. Yeah. And did we loot memorable treasure? Yes, a snow globe.
Yeah. And some like
Snow
fancy
globe,
A rust
snow
monster head.
globes,
Yeah.
a rust monster head,
So yeah.
a robe and wizard staff. You know.
That broke.
Some gnome clothes.
a bunch of food.
But
A
yeah.
really important torn out page of a book with trumpets.
Trumpets.
Yes.
I would say that's a match for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't know human anatomy worked like that.
So yeah, what are your thoughts about the game? Did you have fun? And where can people
Yes.
find you? So we'll start with
yeah.
Adam this time.
It was a blast. I love being, little shits essentially.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. It's always fun to just be stupid and violent and just do the most random crap and have it be okay. When the entire party are terrible little shits, it works a lot better to do so in concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a delight.
Seppi?
Yeah, this I don't get to play a lot, and I must say this is the most fun I've ever had in a very, very long time. So
Yay.
if you guys ever do like this again, I would love to join and be a little shit.
Ooh, missed opportunity for a group name.
We're the best.
Time.
Maybe next time.
The best little shits.
The best golden little shits.
Yeah. Anna?
Oh yeah. Not only is it amazingly fun to be a little shit, you also did a lot of callbacks to our old Dungeon World campaign that made me go, oh! Especially last year's grand champion, because I think I know his name.
Yeah.
His name is Janko, and he's the worst.
Yeah. Actually the worst. I mean, he is the worst thief ever.
I love him so. Thank you for putting him in the game, sort of.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. So much
Yeah.
fun.
Jason?
This was really great. It was nice to not be the DM this time in the group of total chaos disasters.
Yeah. Oh.
What are you talking about, Jason?
It was very reminiscent of a certain prison riot.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. Oh.
There weren't any bees this time, but there were bugs.
True. That's true.
Yeah. I also had fun. It's quite easy to GM these games, so. And you can find everyone on Twitter by looking at their names.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, the chaos in this group reminds me a little bit about both the chaos from our regular Saturday game and also the one I'm in on Encounter Roleplay set in the Skyrim
Oh,
because goddamn.
I gotta go back and watch that.
But yeah, this has been really fun, and I hope to do a little bit more streaming of one-shots before the proper campaign starts on Sundays,
Yay!
which looks to be like 7th Sea.
Ooh.
So yeah, until next time, bye everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.